Happy Waggin Tales Wednesday. We've got a huge show today. We're going to talk about the canine flu that has hit Middle Tennessee. And there's some things that you need to be aware of. And if you want to know more about it, just stay tuned to the show. Plus, we're going to talk about scams happening. The newest scam on Cash App. And the same principles apply is if you're using PayPal or Venmo and social media. All that comes together. If scammers are out there, they're going to find a way to misuse it. So we're going to give you some tips so you kind of know what to look out for. But our first guest today is from one of my very favorite places. It's in Lebanon. It is called New Leash on Life. And I was blessed to be at the listening room helping raise money for this important organization where the Joy Clinic lives. And Angela is from New Leash on Life. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Devin, I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, and I'm so excited. So if people don't know about New Leash on Life, the logo, if you find them on Facebook, looks a little bit like this. New Leash on Life, newleashonline.org. And we raised some money for you guys. But what we're really talking about today is this.
Yes, we're thrilled. We are able to celebrate our 5-year anniversary of our clinic. It's low-cost spay-neuter, so it's everyone that needs to get their pet fixed has an option to come to us. And so the fact that we have this resource in the area and that so many people get to use it, we just wanted to celebrate that.
I want to celebrate it too, because what I love is that you don't even ask questions. Community cats, there's a special day that if there are community cats, some people call them feral cats. I have a tendency to call them community cats because and people go, oh, but they were dumped. Sometimes they're not dumped. Sometimes they wander away during a storm or something, and people have looked for them. And, you know, I've actually lost cats myself in a way that somebody said, hey, would you take care of my cat for me? And it's just like it runs out the door. There's no explaining where a cat will go, right?
Right. And there are some cats that are truly feral that you cannot touch. And there are some cats that just happen to live outside kind of on their own. And they just are appreciative when we help them out. And so I just always say, you know, any cat that lives outside is what we consider a community cat, because they're the ones that we know are going to get pregnant, or they're going to, you know, contribute to the pregnancy, which leads to more, you know, homeless pets at the end of the day. Because vulnerable kittens that no one knew were coming, how are we going to handle that? So the more outside cats that we can fix, the less animals we have looking for help.
Now, let me ask you, is the Joy Clinic, do you also, now I know about the snip and tip program when I was in Nashville, and I have taken in some of the feral cats from the snip and tip program. Do you snip the ear off the ferals that get done? That's how people know.
In a trap is going to get its left ear tipped, and that is the universal sign that it's been fixed already. So if you get it in a trap and it's got an ear tip, you can let it go. We already know it's fixed.
Fantastic. See, I saw something on the Nextdoor app and it was really sweet, but they said, oh, this cat's been fighting. He's missing half an ear. And I'm going, oh, no. And so New Leash on Life does that. But let's just talk about the veterinary services that you provide there at New Leash on Life, because they are incredible for our community.
Yeah, so we, at time of surgery, we can do vaccines, we can do a heartworm test, we can do, as long as the pet is heartworm negative, we can do prevention. We also do flea and tick prevention. And we are not a full service facility. We focus on spay neuter, but while your pet is in our care, if the vet sees something that needs to be addressed, she's going to take care of it. Our team's going to take care of it. So that's one of the things that I'm really proud of, is that even though we have one main goal, it doesn't mean that if an animal has a need, we're not going to try to do our best to help with it.
But you're not doing like, knee replacement or something like that.
No. But like, say they have like an umbilical hernia. If it's something that needs to be like, it's already under anesthesia, they're already in that area doing the surgery. Why don't, if it's something the doctor thinks needs to be addressed, we're going to see if we can take care of that for you.
It's amazing. This event is coming up September 18th from 2 to 4. I love these daytime events. Can I
Yes.
tell you how much I love daytime events? The 5-year anniversary and open house at the Joy Clinic. It is in Lebanon, Tennessee on Jim Draper Boulevard. Tell us a little bit about your special guest.
Sure. So Sterling Davis, he's known as the Trap King. I actually learned about him and started following him on Facebook a few years ago. And he just got my attention because I didn't know any men that were trapping outside cats. I only knew of women. And so then I learned he was in Atlanta and he was working in some areas that were, the more challenging neighborhoods that maybe people wouldn't go into. And so he was helping a vulnerable population and vulnerable animals, and he was just kind of taking it in stride and creating kind of a new normal for who can help animals and that everyone can do something. And I've always thought, we all have an option to help in some form or fashion. And I just saw him taking that as like his theme and just loved it. And so got the privilege of seeing him on an online webinar and reached out and just said, "Hey, would you come to Lebanon?" And he was like, "Absolutely. I love what you're doing. I would love the opportunity." And so, he's going to, and some of the people here knew who he was and they were super excited to get to meet him. But basically he's just breaking barriers in animal welfare. And I just thought that was amazing and wanted the opportunity to, for people to get to see that and share in that.
I think that's incredible. Now, can I ask you a little bit about canine flu because it's in the news lately and you guys are over there close to the dog park and very near the dog park with canine influenza. Dog parks probably shouldn't be your first destination for right now if there's an infectious disease out. So
I can tell you that we have not directly seen anything with the canine flu. And we even haven't seen anything directly with the Bordetella, the kennel cough. But I can say I'm hearing more about the kennel cough that's coming from the south than I'm hearing about the canine flu. So I'm not saying it's not in the area. I'm just saying we haven't been hearing about it directly. We've been hearing more about a rise in kennel cough, and that's one of those things that's like most like boarding facilities, grooming facilities, you have to have your dog vaccinated for Bordetella, but they're seeing a new strain that some dogs are still contracting kennel cough. And it's, the vaccine helps, but this is a new strain, it's better if they have the vaccine, but if they don't, there may be more challenges with the recovery. But I can't give a lot of input on the flu because very fortunately, we haven't had any direct issues with it.
That's good.
Yes.
I know that in Nashville, we've had there have been some issues there. I'm glad that it hasn't hit us over here in the Wilson County side, but there are a lot of people. It's just an infectious disease, canine influenza, dog flu caused by the CIV virus. It's highly contagious. But one of the main things, and I found this and I thought this was really cool, the places direct contact, cough or sneeze, or contaminated objects, which oddly enough is exactly how we get the flu.
Exactly. Yes.
But we can't give the dog the flu, our flu, and they can't give us their flu.
Correct. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Well, if anybody has any questions about it, new Leash on Life's Joy Clinic, you're open what days? And let me get your hours. I'm leaving this up for September the 18th.
Yes. So our
event.
hours, everything, it's not walk-in, everything's by appointment. We have a very small staff and we do 25 to 35 surgeries a day. So everything is just got to be as well oiled as possible to be able to do that many surgeries. So they literally, if someone wants to get their pet fixed, they text 615-281-0664. And we literally will send them a scheduling link and all the information on how to get their pet fixed. And then they show up, everyone gets intaked in the morning at the same time. We do pickup at the same time in the afternoon. And we do the, community cats on Mondays. We do public surgeries on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And so those are usually the days you're going to be scheduled.
Fantastic. Well, I applaud what you're doing, and I'm going to go and I'm starting a new little show here called Shelter Shout Out. And do you adopt pets from your facility as well?
We do. Yes. We have an adoption center. That's actually how we started back in 1978. And we always have dogs and cats. I will tell you, one of the things we learned when our facility had to be shut down from the public is some of our dogs that had some behaviors were less stressed out, not having the public walking through. So basically strangers coming in front of their kennels. So we do bring the dogs up to the front now instead of people walking through the back. And some people are like, why? But then once we explain, well, we've had some dogs that, they're not as reactive active, and when they get out of their kennel, they know they're going to meet someone, so they're excited. And so it's kind of changed the dynamic for the pets. And so that shift, people are, once they understand that they're happy about it. It's just a change. If they came in their facility 5 years ago, well, how come I don't walk to the back anymore? Well, I assure you, they're happier, and you're going to be happier, because their experience with you is going to be, there's no kennel in the way, and they're going to get to spend time with you directly. So.
Oh, I love it. And I think that every kind of thing, whether it's a business, every business from the 60s is doing different business today. Well, shelters are no different. We learn as we do things and go, you know what, it might be a better idea if we try this, and it works. And you go, oh, and here's the new norm for us.
So now when they get out of their kennel, they're either like being walked by a volunteer or an employee, or they're going to see a new family. So it's always something super positive when they get to leave their kennels.
Thank you so much for your time today. Don't forget, September 18th, new Leash on Life. Go see them. It starts at 2 p.m, and I'm going to see you on that day too. I'm going to come visit.
I love it. Well, you can meet our doctor, you can meet Sterling, and you can see actually where we do surgery, which I think most people, nobody really thinks about, like, what does that look like? And it's actually a surgery center, just like you would have for humans. So.
Wow. Yeah. Man, I love every part of it. If you get a chance to give to a great organization, I cannot stress enough how New Leash on Life is a place to give in the Joy Clinic. Thanks for all you do for our community.
Thank you, Devin. I really appreciate the time.
Take care, Angela. Bye.
All right.
I can't wait to see her again, because we got so much going on. We got Kody Norris, the Kody Norris Show, standing by. But before that, one of the big news is the guy who wants to get rid of use of single-use plastic. What is single-use plastic? Well, I had one to show you, but it was a water bottle. Just water bottles, soda bottles, single-use water bottles. That means you use it once, you throw it away. Disposable. That's the whole deal. Well, we're going to have coming up something that Jason Momoa did. He made the big news yesterday, what he did to drive us to look at our oceans and how dirty they are, and to promote the use of ceramic water bottles, aluminum water bottles, and just making a different choice to make our oceans better. But before that, we're going to hear a little bit about a scam that's taking place on Cash App. Have you gotten one of those direct messages, or as the kids say, a DM on Facebook or Instagram saying, hey, give me your Cash App handle and we'll send you $500? Okay. If you hadn't heard that is too good to be true, I'm going to tell you that's too good to be true. That ain't happening. That is not going to happen. But this guy, I loved him. He has his own show, and I love it, on YouTube, and I've learned so much from him. But I thought I'd share a little bit about this brand new scam on Cash App, why it works, and why and how you can avoid it.
Well, these guys are saying you can make $300, $400, $500 a day, even some saying you can make unlimited money a day, all by downloading the updated version of Cash App. Is this real? Let's check it out. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. These guys are saying all you have to do is download the latest version of Cash App, and when you click on the button, you're gonna get $300, $400, $500 a day. This guy's account just keeps on going. Check that out. Look at that. Who doesn't want that? $100 for doing nothing at all. So this guy's being pretty conservative. He's saying you can only make $300 a day, right? So he's trying to stay in the wheelhouse of truth, because if it's only $300, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, that kind of sounds true, because how could it be unlimited money? But $300, yeah, that sounds true. That sounds real. Every time he clicks on add cash, it gives him $100. This is a fun one here. Unlimited free cash. Look at that. That money just goes on forever. This sounds pretty simple, right? And if you need money, you really want this to be real. You really want this to work. But the fact is, it's not real. Let me show you exactly how it does work. So check this out. This guy right here, he's saying you can make $500 here. So he's tapping on the screen, but what's happening is this is not a real app. He's trying to tap on it and tap on it. Nothing's happening because it's just a screen. It's just like a picture, right? It's not an actual app. He's tapping, he's tapping, he's tapping. Nothing's happening there. So there's a few different ways the scam works. The first is what they're doing is creating their own app. That sounds pretty difficult, right? But you can go on a website like Fiverr and put create app, and they can get an app made for as little as $10. See, they don't actually need the app to work. They just needed to look real. They needed to look like Cash App. From there, they have a website created. Same thing, $10 gets you in the door. Next, they get affiliated with the CPA network. What a CPA network is a lead generation network. So with their website, they're gonna tell you, go to this website to download the app. But before you can download the app, you're gonna have to enter your email address. That email address is how they're actually gonna make their money. They're selling your information. So once you download the app and do these clicks, it might look like it works. It might look like you have money in your account, but it doesn't do nothing. It's a dummy account. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not real money. So the second way the scam works is they don't have to build an app or a website. They just get affiliated with a certain CPA network, and that CPA network will have all the steps lined up already. All they're gonna be doing is providing the links. So this is actually where a huge amount of money is made, because what's happening is not only are they selling your email address, they're also making money off of monetization with the video. This video right here has 46,000 views. Look at this one, 9 months ago, 184,000 views. 2 months ago, 259,000 views. Also, when you install that sketchy app, you're installing adware into your phone or PC. Adware can steal your browsing history, personal information and passwords, and credit card info. And that information gets sold over and over through various channels. So talk about passive income. There's no way money's being generated out of thin air. I know we want to believe that's easy money, right? But no, don't try this at home. But check this out. If you want a real way to make $100, click the link in my description to sign up for Chime. When you sign up with Chime and deposit your first $200 into your new account, you'll receive $100 for doing nothing else but setting up a new account. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out all my other money-making videos.
Currency Counts. You can find his webisodes. He's really, really helpful. And if you didn't understand some of that, here's the deal. If someone DMs you, direct messages you on any of your social media and says, give me your handle for Cash App, for PayPal, or Venmo, don't even click on it. Just delete it. Don't answer. Don't have anything to do with it, because it's not real. That's the bottom line. It's a scam. There are people out there making money off of your information and selling your information to other people. Love to make sure that you guys know what's going on. Well, I like to also share music going on, and there is a new single out right now. Kody Norris, the Kody Norris Show. I love me some bluegrass, and we're going to meet Kody right now. Hey, Kody, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me on today.
I'm so glad that you're here. Now, where are you checking in from? Where are you today?
I am actually home today in Mountain City, Tennessee. We just actually got back from out on the West Coast. We were out in Washington working over the weekend, and we're actually headed out today to the Midwest. We've got some dates in Kentucky and then on to Wisconsin. So we're really busy around here today.
I'm going to tell you, if you guys don't realize how bluegrassers do it, I want you to go to Kody Norris's website and take a look at how many dates they've got on. I mean, the fact that you're home shocks me, because you haven't been home since the 50s, and you weren't even born then. You weren't even home then.
We have certainly been busy, and thankful for that. Thankful for that.
Let me talk a little bit about your producer, because he's just one of the best in the business. Mr. Darren. Tell me a little bit about Darren and Brooke Aldridge. Have been part of bluegrass forever. They're like bluegrass icons. But how did you and Darren hook up?
Darren and I've known Darren probably since I was a teenager. I've known him a long, long time. I had the pleasure of working some dates in my teenage years with Ralph Stanley and the Clutch Mountain Boys, and at that time, Darren was working with Charlie Waller and the Country Gentlemen. And I think, to the best of my recollection, that would have been about the time that our paths crossed. But I always just thought the world of Darren. And then a few years later, Miss Brooke comes along, and she's just as sweet as sugar, also. And you're certainly not going to beat either one of those. And I'm really, really tickled. Darren produced our last album, and so happy to have him back on board again in the producer's chair. He's a pro.
Speaking of pros, you guys are great at what you do, and you've got the whole family. So tell me who all is in the band.
All right. My wife, Mary Rachel, she plays fiddle and mandolin and sings harmony. Josiah Tyree is our banjo man. He's from Carthage, Tennessee. And Josiah's actually been with me 5.5 years. So he's kind of like my adopted brother, I guess you would say.
I gotcha.
Being with us that long. And then the latest addition to the group, Charlie Lohman. Charlie's from the Chicago, Illinois area, And Charlie's been with me about 2.5 years, something like that.
Well, Kody, you and the family, y'all, the bluegrass family, y'all travel around, but you've been out to the West Coast. Now, I got to ask. Now, I know how bluegrassers do it in the South, the Southeast,
Yes.
North Carolina, going through Kentucky and all that. It's a culture. People show
Oh,
up
yes.
and they camp, they sit around campfires at night, and bluegrass festivals are the thing. But what is it like on the West Coast? I mean, California and bluegrass?
Well, it's very, 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 very similar. Actually, the largest bluegrass music association in the world is the California Bluegrass Association, and when they bring the bands out from the East Coast, they treat us like royalty out there. They treat us so well and make you feel so welcome and right at home. And the dates that we were working this past weekend in Washington State, one of those was actually a house concert, and those are very unique in themselves. Where a couple just loving bluegrass music opens up their home to 50 or 60 people and has a professional band, do a very, very intimate type show just in the living room. And then, of
Wow.
course, we went on to Bellingham, Washington, to the North Cascades Bluegrass Festival, and that was just a wonderful, wonderful time. And they love the music out there. They really, really love and just have so much appreciation for bluegrass, old time, and folk music.
You know what has been interesting for me is I was at a national award show, and I was sitting in a group of young men who were urban artists.
Right.
And Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver they were on stage. And I heard they were kind of laughing, and all of a sudden they started playing. And that bluegrass magic that happens on stage when y'all work the mic and kind of move in, it's almost like a
Sure.
dance, and the intricacies of which you play. And then all of a sudden, respect instantly. They didn't know that music. They hadn't heard that music, but all of a sudden, and are you finding a new audience? I'm finding more and more young people are getting drawn into bluegrass.
We are day by day, and I'm so thankful for that. It seems like all from the beginning of our touring season this year until now, the amount of young people showing up for the show dates, it's constantly increasing, and I'm so happy about that. I've worked so hard at that for many, many years to take the music to a younger audience, because without them, I had a fear for a long time that the musical culture that I grew up in might die. And once the young folks actually get to come out and have the bluegrass festival experience, they're hooked. They're hooked. No different
They
than I was
are.
when I was a kid. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
It's just wonderful. And it's just clean family entertainment. And these little kids, you go to a little kids fiddling contest or the banjo competitions
yes.
and stuff. It is beautiful to watch. So I want you guys to pay attention to Kody's website. Tell them where they can find your tour schedule. Are you coming near Nashville anytime soon?
Let me think. I don't remember any. Yes, actually, in December we will
Okay.
be in Smithville, Tennessee. That's just a little ways east of Nashville. There,
It's a
at
big
the
bluegrass connection in Smithville. Yes, the Fiddlers Championship.
Championship. We'll be at the Harvester Performing Arts Center there in December, and the folks can go over and check out our website. That's theCodyNorrisShow.com. Remember, friends, that's Kody with a K. Anything else would just be Sody, and I wouldn't want you to be confused. So do go by and check that out. You can see our tour schedule, where we're going, what we've got going on, and certainly want you to come over and visit that website.
And after the show today, I'm going to pin the new video and some of your performance videos. I'm going to pin that to the Main Street Today page so everybody can come and see it.
Great.
And hear your
Great.
music. Thank you so much for being with us today. And did I get this right? You're also involved in politics. Don't you have some political? What?
I was actually back last month on August the 4th. I was elected as a county commissioner here in Johnson County, Tennessee, and so excited for that new endeavor and that new chapter of my life. That's something I've wanted to do since I was just a kid. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, I love it. Well, blessings on you, on your travels and your sweet family of bluegrassers, and see you on the road and see you when you come to town. Okay.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you having me. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Absolutely, Kody. Take care. I love bluegrass more than lunch and jewelry. And so I got to tell you, I love me a long-haired man. I can't help it. That's my look. That's my type. Jason Momoa yesterday cut all his hair off to let us know don't use single-use plastics.
Aloha, everyone. Hand me those braids. So, shaving off the hair. Doing it for, oh man. I've never even felt the wind right there. Do it for, single-use plastics. I'm tired of these plastic bottles. We gotta stop. Plastic forks, all that shit just goes into our land, goes into our ocean. I'm here in Hawaii right now. I'm just seeing things in our ocean. It's just so sad. So please, anything you can do to eliminate single-use plastics in your life, help me. Help me. Plastic bottles are ridiculous. Bring your canteen, or now everyone's making the aluminum, which is fantastic. So, aloha. We're gonna keep going. Oh man, Chinny girl. All right, I love you guys. Aloha.
Oh, well, the hair is gone, but the message is abounding because he's gotten so many people following him that he's let them know about his message. Have you got a special message that you want to share with the world? Well, how about our little Facebook family? You can always join us here each and every day at 11 o'clock. We also have another special message. If you need some special help, if you just have a little trouble getting over something, well, we've got a free program to help.
Hi, this is Melissa Hoisington, Regional Crisis Director from Volunteer Behavioral Health. Disasters can affect everything in your life, including your emotional health. Help is available during these uncertain times. The Tennessee Recovery Project is a free, supportive resource for adults and children who have experienced the effects of natural or human-caused disasters. Specialists are available for counseling by phone or in person. For free, confidential service, please call 833-954-2424. The hotline is open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Move forward with the help from the Tennessee Recovery Project.
Well, we got a lot of folks checking in. Elizabeth, Alicia, Mark down in Alabama, and Elizabeth, who you understand finance, girl. Never, ever give out any info. And you can, I swear to you, you can get hoodwinked before you even know it. I'm pretty savvy, and I almost got hoodwinked. And I thought I was calling, I do websites and stuff, and I thought I was calling the helpline at GoDaddy. I was one number off, and it was somebody, I just happened to call a scammer. That's another thing the scammers do. They go get a number, a 1-800 number that's like one number off from something that you're calling, and they can be in your system and getting your information instantly. Of course, I don't know any of my information, so that always does help. Bluegrass jams are so much fun. Yes, they are. And I know, no. Elizabeth said he can't cut his hair. Yes, Jason Momoa did cut his hair, but we all watch and we all saw what he did it for. There's my cousin Evelyn watching in cloudy Louisiana. Yeah, we do have some rain that's been in the forecast, been getting a little bit of rain here and there, but it did green things up, made us all have to mow. About Jason, here's Momoa. There's something going on this weekend, and do not forget, if you love bacon, Murfreesboro is the place to be this weekend. Do you love bacon? I mean, do you really love bacon? Who doesn't, right? The 3rd annual Murfreesboro Bacon Fest is coming up Saturday, September 10th. Admission and parking are free. The Bacon Festival will feature live music, food, and craft vendors. And did I say bacon? You can ride a mechanical hog ride, visit the Kids Zone with free inflatables. There will also be hourly raffles with great prizes and an opportunity to purchase Bacon Festival merchandise. And did I say bacon? Yeah, there will even be a bacon eating contest. Visit the 3rd annual Murfreesboro Bacon Festival Facebook page for all the details. Green Interchange is the place you get your trees. Greeninterchange.org, and they're free. And you are getting into fall is when you plant your trees and you plant your grass. I'm just telling you, everybody always does it when it's hot. No. Plant your trees in the fall. We're going to talk to our friends at Bates Nursery coming up because I want to talk to him about some planting. But our friend Miss Cheap turned me on to getting some free trees. And so the Green Interchange is how you can do it, but you got to pick them up. And this Saturday is the last day to pick up your trees if you've ordered them, just to see. It's first come, first serve, and just check it out, greeninterchange.org. That's our show for today. I'll be back tomorrow. It is Throwback Thursday. We're going to talk about Webb Pierce on our show tomorrow. He got a special honor, and his family went down to Louisiana, West Monroe, where I'm from across the river in Monroe. But if you check out West Monroe, in that area, Michael Rhodes, the bass player, is from there, and Andy Griggs is from there, and just up the road in Sarepta, Trace Atkins is from there. And Trace has a new show that is going to be coming to television, and it's fantastic. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. But most of all, I want you to go into your day remembering that you are loved, because you treat people differently when you know that you're loved. Have a great rest of your day.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pop, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main